It's time to begin the camping season for 2023. We're going to go off to Ware, New Hampshire, and we're going to go to Concord. 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting the truck ready to hook up to the trailer. It's been 3 years. I guess it's time for me to grease the hitch. Adding the lithium grease.
Turns out the battery did not hold its charge. Once I unplugged the trailer, it just drained. Yeah, now the tongue jack won't work because I don't have any DC voltage. Almost made a drastic mistake on top of others. I waited to change out the battery. Of course, it died again. So, quick, went and got a new battery. Then I started to lower the jack, to lower the trailer onto the truck, and the jack just started rising. Why is the jack just rising? I forgot to pull up the stabilizers. So just for a second there, the trailer was resting directly on the stabilizers, which is not supposed to do. Hopefully they're okay. I put it right back down. It's been a while. I guess I need to use my checklist. Okay, sweep clean, strike and stow, right, disconnect from water, turn off propane, retract stabilizers. Got it. Lock that. She's got everything in here she needs. There we are. Yeah, I started around 10 o'clock this morning and been going steadily ever since. And of course, you know, the battery died, so I had to run out and get the battery. We've got a Duracell this time. Hopefully that'll work in AGM. Had to remember to get my checklist because that's important, you know. Got to have your checklist, otherwise you could end up injuring yourself or damaging the trailer. Almost did that. And so everything's loaded, everything's ready. Oh, we got to get the harnesses on the dogs and the dogs in the truck. But after that, we're on our way. Oh, and one more thing. I'm inviting you to come and join us. Your time has come. Ready to go camping? Time to get the harnesses on. Come on.
They have been listening to your every move.
I'm sure. He's taking too long, which is true, but things are what they are. Okay. Come. Lay in. Up. Come on, Nelson. Up you go. All right, now that we've gotten in and out of the trailer 6 times and put stuff in there that we were starting to forget, yeah, we're ready to go.
We are, but that's why we're going someplace fairly close.
Yeah.
We're leaving Keene, New Hampshire on Washington Street. That'll connect us up to Route 9, which will take us to Hillsboro. Yep, that's rain on the camera.
No sooner we get on the highway and we run into the rain.
It is.
Squall.
Yep. We had sun in our driveway and now it's raining.
This is our usual stop at McDonald's for a quick dinner. I think this guy's going to leave, so I'll wait for him. I'll move up here and leave one space. That way I can maneuver out when the time comes, as long as nobody parks in front of me. Of course, there's going to be some bozo who's going to do that. Oh, look at that. It's our son, Christopher. This cute little New English town is Hillsborough, New Hampshire. We've done a vlog here already. I'll link it up above. This is a very tight turn. 149 follows it around. And then on over the bridge. Boy, this is a really rough road. There's Oxbow Campground. I'll put a link to that one too. It was a very nice campground.
So from the turn that we took in Hillsborough, it said it is 12 miles to where?
Right, where? So it's 12 miles to where?
Yep, to where?
So where?
Well, you know how in the movie with the marble, when they went to nowhere? We're not going to nowhere. We're going to where?
Okay, so where are we going?
To where?
That's what I want to know.
Well, it's not nowhere.
Well, of course it's not nowhere. It's got to be somewhere. Wouldn't you say it's somewhere?
No,
Oh, it's not some. What do you mean it's not somewhere?
because that's not where it is.
Many of these New English roads that wind in and around through the forest originated as cattle paths. I have to admit, though, there's some beautiful backcountry here.
Okay, so we've crossed the border where?
Yes, we just saw the sign to where.
We crossed the border, and I will say that this is not the middle of nowhere, but it's
No.
close.
That well.
There's a lot of wilderness back here.
Yes,
Which is nice for what we're going to do.
yes.
Now we're on the Stark Highway, named after John Stark. More about him later. This weekend we're staying at Autumn Hills Campground, and we have arrived.
No. I'll knock the TV off.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull forward a little bit until I get the back into the trailer, even with that tree. And I'm gonna start backing and cutting. Good? Got enough room?
Yeah, you're all past the cap. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, thank you.
And it's together, huh?
Good girl.
Good job.
Well, now that we've set up the campground and had time to walk the dogs, we're going to enjoy a beautiful sunset over Lake Daniels. Alrighty. Getting a late start today. Yeah, I think we're going to go into Ware and maybe even Goffstown. We might stop by Cold Springs RV to check on some stuff.
Did you shut off the water?
I did. I
Okay.
shut it off, so don't want any accidents.
No.
First stop is Cold Springs RV.
Yes.
Gonna see if we can find a solution to our Furion,
Yes. Our
And,
camera issue.
our camera issue. Yep. How's your arm doing this season?
Better, but still a little sore and not 100%, which is what I've been told to be expected. So we're just going to keep going.
You'll manage. You'll manage.
Yeah.
What's we're doing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So we can next weekend we can go rock climbing.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not up for that yet. I don't think my knees are either.
Service area. Cold Springs RV did not have a replacement screen. They could sell me a whole new unit, which would be a color unit. Would be really nice. But it was what, $500, and they would have given me like 10% off discount because everything in the store was 10% today. But I don't know. I like to see if I could just replace the screen first, if that's what we can do.
Town of Ware. It's a very small country village. Here we're passing through Hampshire. This is the home to New England College. And now we've arrived at the capital city of Concord. Let's stop and take a look at the state capitol. Here's the state library. Since 1920, New Hampshire has held its presidential primary election before any other state. This here is the Legislative Office Building. Parking spaces for the Senate Majority Leader and the Governor. They get to use the back door as an entrance to the Capitol.
They get the back door.
Right, like Reagan did.
A statue of Commodore George Hamilton Perkins. He helped to capture 3 ships south of New Orleans. He rose to the rank of Commodore before he retired.
They got some street art going on here too. Eat food.
The State Capitol building of New Hampshire was built in 1816 to 1819 by Stuart J. Park. It is constructed of New Hampshire granite, quarried in Concord. It is the nation's oldest state capitol in which the legislature meets in its original chambers. Statue of Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States. General John Stark served in the French Indian War and the American Revolution. George Washington relied upon him as a brilliant strategist, and he was a brigadier general with the New Hampshire militia. John Parker Hale was a leading advocate for the abolition of slavery in the decades before the Civil War, and expelled from the Democratic Party in 1845. And Daniel Webster, who was an American lawyer and statesman who represented New Hampshire and Massachusetts in the U.S. Congress, and served as the 14th and 19th U.S. Secretary of State. Revolutionary War General Marquis Lafayette was received by the legislature here in 1825.
Okay, well that was a nice little walk
Yes,
around the Capitol. Too bad it was closed. We couldn't go inside, but
I know.
we probably couldn't have with the dogs anyways.
No.
But,
Lots of dogs out today.
There is just inside the door and off to the right a little display, and inside that display is a grain from the moon.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little moon rock.
Oh my goodness.
Very tiny. As a matter of fact, you have to have a magnifying glass in front of it to see it. But it's a piece of the moon sitting inside the Capitol.
Very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of commemorative statues,
Yes.
including Daniel Webster, for which
Oh,
I
did
was
you
on.
find-
I was on the ship, the USS Daniel Webster,
Yes, you
when
were.
I was in the Navy. So, back to the campground. State of New Hampshire marker, the Concord Coach Company, the Abbott Downing Company,
began in 1813. Over 40 styles of commercial and pleasure vehicles were built here. They all carried the name Concord. There's the building. It's currently up for sale if you want it. Hey, look at that thing to the your right over there. That big blue thing and white thing.
Yeah.
That looks like an old drive-in movie screen.
Is it?
Here comes lunch.
Yes.
Doing turkey and cheese Swiss cheese sandwiches.
Yes.
And
then
a
using
little
your-
sandwich maker.
Yes.
At least I know I'm good for something. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, take the cap off here. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I think I'm gonna get it. This time. Any minute now. Yep. Any minute now. Yep. Come on. Come on. This is not funny. Where's the knife?
I was going to say, it's time for the knife. Those tab things never work.
Well, they do sometimes. It's just
Rare.
this time it's not working. Okay, there we go. It's a miracle. Whip. Mayo on one side, mustard on the other. Double slice of Swiss cheese. Turkey folded over. Butter on both sides of the bread. And then we pop it on our sandwich maker. And we close the lid. Oh, that's warm. While it's cooking, we take care of the food safety, putting the meat and cheese back in the fridge. Ah, perfect. Okay. Scoop that out. Oh, stuck. Okay, added some chips and pickles. A little dip too. All right, lunch is served.
Yes, it is.
You finished already.
I did.
Yeah, good.
Healthier lunch than just hot dogs. Good idea.
Not by much.
Yeah. Turkey and cheese.
Well, that's the start of our camping season for summer of 23. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll come back, because next week we're going to be in Hancock, New Hampshire at Miller State Park. So until next time, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the streets.